This video is brought to you by Movie Palette. Anyone care to guess which film is represented by these color strips? Here's a little tip. The overall color palette can be a little misleading. Try to focus on the high contrast pops of complementary colors. That's the real hint. Any guesses? Come on, you got this. Just start at the front here and then work your way. Hold on. Expecto Patronum! There.
Nerd! D, wait for it. Light bulb.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
This video is brought to you by Movie Palette. Movie Palette creates beautiful canvas art centerpieces that depict the chromatic chronologies of your favorite films, with each color strip representing each sequential frame of the film. So this is a video I wanted to make ever since I first found out about these movie color palette canvases. The video where I literally pull up a canvas and use it to analyze a film's narrative structure. But there's so much more to learn from these things. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is a very colorful film, with each scene full of contrasting complementary colors. It made me wonder what the average color of each of these frames would be before I even saw the movie palette. Well, it turns out what we got here is a visual representation of a high contrast color temperatures of each scene. Anyway, this is all very cool to me, and I think every film fan and cinephile should have one of these. They have a great website where you can search not only by popularity, genre, and color palette. They have so many palettes to choose from. Not only do they have the super popular stuff like the DC and Marvel films, but they also have much more obscure stuff like Fantastic Mr. Fox and No Country for Old Men. So right now, let me take you through my movie canvas and show you how you can see each scene in every single strip on this canvas. All right, you guys, if you notice at this beginning part, we've got all these like browns and stuff. This is the beginning of the film. If you look, this is where that nosy keeper, Frank, he gets murdered by Voldemort at the beginning. And then we see Harry wake up from his dream with all of this. And then if we move over to the rest, this little pop right here, I believe this is where the Beauxbatons carriage shows up and the Drumstang ship to Hogwarts. I think that's a great blue right there. So if we keep moving throughout the movie, you'll notice when we get to this section right here, this is the first task. Look at all those greens and browns, represented by the dragon and Hogwarts and all that fun stuff. So then we move over down here a little bit and we get to this section right here, which it represents the Yule Ball. We get all these blues, some reds, some purples, very nice. Very representative of the movie. It's so great. I love this color strip. Then we get over to these greens right here and browns. This is the second task where we get the mermaids, the underwater stuff. Very cool. Very nice. I love this strip right here. It really pops throughout the whole entire thing. And then we finally move down past through all of this and we get down to this last strip right here. And this is a lot of browns. This is the funeral for Cedric Diggory where we see the browns and blacks. Very somber. I think it represents the end of the movie in this painting very well. Well, this whole thing represents the movie very nicely and very enjoyable. Hey nerds, I just wanted to bust in here for a second to give a little bit more of a review for this movie palette, because I was doing this video and I was just like, oh, this seems more of like a not really much of a review than it is an advertisement. So the movie palette is up here in the corner right here. It's going to sit there for all of my videos from now on. So I was contacted by Movie Palette and they were just like, hey, do you want a movie palette? And, and then just, promote us on your channel. And I was like, of course I do. I was like, first off, who doesn't love free stuff? And second off, I'm not going to lie. I always wanted one of these, and that's not a lie. I'm not lying. I swear I wanted one of these. So real quick, the reason why I chose Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is because this is my office. I'm a huge Potterhead. And I was like, it's going to be a Harry Potter movie. And I love the Goblet of Fire. It's one of my favorite books. And I love the movie. I just love, again, the color palette of it. I'm mostly like the greens and everything. Now, in terms of, the the movie palette itself. I really like it a lot. I wanted one because like working with different artists and stuff like that. Like for instance, for my T-shirt, they were just like, well, what kind of color palette do you want? So I had to find color palettes myself, and I had to be like, well, I really like this red. It's everything, and you just look at there's so many different types of colors. So I think it's very cool to go through a movie and like take every single like color and make it into a strip to show what the movie is in terms of color and brightness and all that kind of stuff, and contrasting colors and different temperatures of colors and stuff like that. And I think it's really I just find it very fascinating. Now, should you get one? I think you should if you want one, that kind of thing. Like me personally, I'm definitely going to get another one for my bedroom, one that's like very yellow, like maybe like I mentioned, the Fantastic Mr. Fox, just something like that. I'd have to check out some more stuff on their website, but I definitely think that it's great. I think you should get one if this is something that interests you. I definitely think that if you're like a cinephile, or if you really love movies and stuff like that, or in my case, you just love like art and all that stuff. I love art. I just collect a bunch of different stuff for my office, but I really think that this is, a great product. I'm not just saying that because I got it for free. If I didn't like it, I would tell you, but I think it's cool and it's super fun and something interesting, but that is my mini review into this whole video. I just thought I'd come to you and give you something like genuine and stuff like that, so that way you didn't think I was just being all like like a shill. Although, again, so if it's something that you think, if this is something that you like have been looking at, like I was, like you're just like, oh, that's really cool, but I don't know if I should spend money on this. I say do it, because if you're questioning it, like if you were like me and you're questioning it, it means you want one. You just have to do it. You just have to dive in. And me, I was lucky enough that I was contacted and they were like, hey, do you want one if you promote it? And I was like, of course I will. So, but yeah, so that is my little mini review in this video.
You can even submit your own suggestions for a customized movie palette. So if you're in the market for an extremely stylized canvas art centerpiece that says so much about your own taste in any given film, then please head over to Movie Palette, and you can get 15% off of your order by using my promo code POTTER15. The link will be in the description down below.